excited to begin this new series, 31 Days of Posting. If you didn't see my announcement last week, we will be posting every single day in January to make your lifestyle a little bit easier. New, different, free content all month long. So it is the new year, we are ready to make changes and be better, and I want us to do it together. And nothing helps that process more than accountability. In the description box below, you will find a link to download a PDF. It is your 2015 goal sheet. I want you to print it out and fill it out if you want to take this challenge with me. It is going to help you determine not only what your resolutions are for the year, but what you want to focus on this month. So there are a few reasons people don't usually stick to their resolutions. They try to make too many changes at once. They don't set specific goals. They set goals that are too specific. They don't set realistic goals, and they don't set short-term goals to help them reach their ultimate long-term goal along the way. So for instance, if someone says, this year I want to lose 50 pounds, they are not as likely to succeed as if they said, this year I wanted to start living a healthy lifestyle by eating well and exercising more. So there's a bit of a balance between being too ambiguous and too specific. Saying lose weight is almost as bad as overshooting for the 50 pounds because it is too ambiguous, and that's why we need more targeted sub-goals along the way to help us get there. On your goal sheet, you are going to write down your top 3 resolutions for the year. You can have a million, but I just want you to write down your top 3 for right now. Then you are going to choose one of those that you want to focus on in January. Then we are going to narrow it down even more. In the green box, I want you to write what your specific January goal is for that resolution. So what we're not doing here is choosing a goal and fulfilling it in January, because a lot of goals will take longer than January to achieve. We are choosing one resolution and making a January goal that will set us up for success to achieve that resolution throughout the year. So my personal resolution that I want to focus on in January is related to flexibility. I want to become more flexible. I want to work on my yoga. But for the sake of the example today, I am going to use Janet. Now, Janet has a few resolutions. She wants to learn Spanish, eat clean, and spend more time with friends. Now, she is going to choose one of those resolutions that she wants to work on this month, and she has decided she really wants to work on eating clean. Now, it doesn't mean that that one is more important than the other ones. It's just the one that she wants to prioritize. So that is going to be completely up to you. So by eating clean, Janet really wants to eliminate processed foods from her diet and become a little bit more aware of what she's putting into her body. Can Janet completely learn to eat clean and implement the lifestyle in 1 month? Maybe, but she'll probably set herself up for better success if she gives herself the time to really learn. So Janet's main goal for January is really just to understand what eating clean feels like. That's gonna set her up for success to keep the lifestyle going beyond 1 month. Within that short-term January goal, we are going to set milestones to help us succeed throughout the month. So we are going to have one every single week. Since January ends on a Saturday, I decided to make Milestone Day Saturday. For Saturday, January 3rd, Janet's milestone is to avoid purchasing processed foods and focus on eating whole foods. So that means the week up until January 3rd, it's January 1st already, so pretty much for the next 3 days, Janet wants to not buy any processed foods. So if your goal is related to healthy eating and lifestyles, you're probably doing your shopping to get yourself set up for success. Janet wants to not purchase any processed foods in this time. So Saturday, January 10th, pretty much throughout that next week, Janet wants to focus on eating her vegetables multiple times per day. And the reason we are using that as one of the milestones, because it is one of the keys to success with eating clean. So eating clean doesn't just mean you're not eating the processed foods, it means you're eating more of the good, nutritious foods that fuel your body. So focusing on eating vegetables is really gonna help her appreciate the lifestyle. So we move on to the next week, January 17th. The goal then is to think about where foods come from. So we're not saying that she forgets the previous milestones. She's not going to forget about eating vegetables, but this week, instead of focusing on that, because it's probably a little bit ingrained now that she's done it for a week already, she wants to start thinking about where her food comes from. So when she's sitting down to eat, every single time she sits down to eat, she's gonna think about, where did this piece of food originate? Because that's a big part of clean eating. How did it get to your plate? Where did this carrot come from? Think about how it grew in the ground and end up on your plate. In the same way, if she does end up eating something processed, because this is the beginning here, right, and we're all gonna slip up a little bit, let's say she grabs a bag of pretzels and she's looking at the pretzel thinking, well, where did this pretzel come from? Where did this pretzel originate, right? Probably in a factory somewhere. So is that something she really wants to put in her body? Just becoming aware. Even if she still eats it, it's fine. The goal here isn't to not eat it, it's to become aware of where it's coming from. January 24th, our milestone, pay attention to the ingredients lists. So we've focused on thinking about where our food comes from. Now, as we head back into the store, we want to think about when we pick up something that we want to purchase, what really is in there, which you've probably already started to do, or what Janet's already probably started to do the previous week as she was thinking about where her food came from. And the final milestone for January 31st is to put it all together. So this is the first week where she really wants to focus on eating as clean as possible and experiencing what that feels like. So fill out your goal sheet. Attached to that PDF as well is an accountability calendar where you can fill out your milestones and hang this up somewhere that you see it, maybe on the fridge or something. And there's also some little inspirational and motivational quotes to keep you going. If you get some little stickers, you can mark off each day as you go and get a little bit more excited as you get to the end of the month. You also have your January goal sheet. This sheet, it's like your award, it's like your award before you even get it. You want to hang this somewhere where you see it every single day. So you're going to write in what your goal is. So Janet's is to understand what clean eating feels like. And she is going to hang this in her bathroom because every single day she gets up and she looks in the mirror and it's going to be right there so she can see it. Now there are a few things I want you to do to help you ensure success throughout the month, and I have written those tips on your January goal sheet. So what they are: say your goal out loud every single day. So maybe when Janet wakes up and she sees this on her mirror, she's gonna say out loud, I am going to learn to eat well and appreciate the food that I put into my body. Or maybe something, it doesn't need to be that corny, but you know what I mean. You wanna say it out loud, and saying it out loud really does help reinforce it. Next up is sharing your goal with family and friends. So a lot of times family and friends can make or break our success, which is not the way that it should be. We should be able to feel confident and excited to achieve our goals and not let anyone get in our way. So instead, tell them up front, this is what I'm doing, I'm excited to do it, and I really hope that you'll support me, or maybe you'll even join me. If you can get someone to join you on your challenge, especially if it's like a healthy lifestyle challenge that can benefit anyone, that's even more accountability for you. Next is to post about your goal for accountability on social media. So the hashtags we will be using are hashtag 2015 Kickstart and of course hashtag Mind Over Munch. So on your posts, please tag those things so I can see them and check in, but also so we can spread the word. When I started, the way Mind Over Munch started actually was on Instagram. I was 100 days of clean eating, and I pretty much started a personal challenge to eat clean for 100 days, and I just posted pictures of my food every day, and it held me accountable to doing that. So I'm not saying you have to start a brand new account, but just by doing that every single day, it will remind you that you're supposed to be doing it. Next is create milestones and rewards. So we talked about the milestones, but with those milestones, I want you to also set some rewards. Now, make sure that those rewards are encouraging. So for instance, should Janet's reward be, okay, every Saturday when I reach my milestone, I get to eat a bag of chips? Probably not, because that's not really gonna help her on her journey. Instead, how about it's something like get a massage or treat herself to a new pair of shoes or something like that. Something small that she can appreciate and look forward to that doesn't get in the way of her progress. And last, you need to have fun. Now, every goal, any kind of lifestyle change, it's always going to be challenging and there are going to be sucky parts, but overall in the grand scheme of things, you want to be enjoying what you're doing. You want to be excited and motivated and inspired and feel, every day when you wake up, you are ready to take on the challenge and excited to see the progress and results. And if you're not feeling that way, if it really is a burden, then maybe it's time to rethink the way that you handle the challenge. Alright, so a final piece of information. I know, just bear with me for a few more seconds. I know it's really long. This is really exciting though. Every single day when we post new content and new videos, we will have all sorts of recipes, tips, tricks, hacks, workouts, all kinds of stuff coming at you. There will also be a PDF download for you. So if it's a recipe, it'll give you that recipe. If it's a workout, it'll give you that workout in PDF form that you can download and print off and use or save or whatever. And I really think that's important. I really want to give you guys that, and you don't have to pay anything. It is free. I want to make your lifestyles, your healthy lifestyles and your journeys to them a little bit easier. So please fill out all of your sheets today. And also I want you to comment below and let me know what your January goal is. Let me know what your plan of attack is, and let me know how you're feeling. Come back every day and let me know how you're feeling. I will read all of the comments and I will respond. Please use me for your accountability. I am here for you and I am so excited to be here to watch you succeed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's kickstart to a healthier you. And remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch.